What's up, it's Gene, your inGENEious storytelling coach and behavior change motivational speaker. And this is another inGENEious storytelling breakdown. When I break down speeches I've done, and I may do other people's as well, but this is part of my inGENEious storytelling series. And today what you're going to be learning is how to tie a story to your visual aid. Now, I like to do it a little different. And so what I'm going to do is show an event that I did years ago. It's a small event. It's with some middle school and high school students who are actually learning public speaking skills. And as this is going, I'm going to break it down and show how do you tie a story around your visual aid. Here we go. Let's roll.
What if I told you that everybody in this room can be a hero?
That'd be great.
And this is how, and this is the reason I'm bringing this up. Because the gifts, the skills, and the talents that you all possess can be used to help somebody else. You could be a hero in somebody else's life. And that person can go on to be a hero in somebody else's life. What has allowed me to have...
So the principle of this story is using your gifts, skills, and talents will allow you to be a hero in somebody's life, which in turn can allow them to be a hero in somebody else's life. You will see that as the story progresses. And in order to build this story around a visual aid, what I'm going to do is start to build curiosity in the story, having you thinking as I tell it, what's going to happen next. And that's going to lead to the visual aid, which is going to shock you.
To have this belief is the fact that I work in the healthcare field. I know that you say you want to work in the healthcare field. I work in the healthcare field. And what I am is an exercise physiologist. I work with people who are sick with cancer, HIV, diabetes, you name it. But let me tell you all what happened in 2009. I used to be in charge of this exercise clinic, right, in 2009. The exercise clinic was about the size of this room. It was always very cold. And then one day I was sitting in there by myself, and this lady walks in. She's very slim. She has black hair, and she has a beautiful smile. Her hair looks like you young ladies right here. And she walks up towards me. She says, "How you doing, sir? My name is Leslie." I said, "How you doing, Miss Leslie? My name is Gene." Say, "Mr. Gene, I have a newborn baby, and I just got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Can you help me?" I said, "Ma'am, you know, what is your son's name? How do you want me to help you?" "Well, I heard you one of the best at what you do. I need to exercise so I can be here for my little baby."
Now, let me ask you this. Are you already starting to wonder what's going to happen? You starting to become curious more about this story? I'm sure you are, but let me continue.
"Baby boy." I say, "Ma'am, I will do everything I can." Now imagine for a second if you were in the healthcare field and some lady came up to you and said, "Hey, sir," or "Hey, ma'am, can you help me so I can be there for my newborn baby?" Wouldn't you be kind of scared or thinking in the back of your mind you probably cannot live up to this challenge? How many of y'all be a little bit afraid of taking on this challenge? Raise your hand.
Let me tell you what that skill is right there that I just did. That's called checking in with the audience. So pretty much what I did is got them to imagine they are in the situation themselves. And I want to do that to make sure they're with me, they're part of the story. And by asking them to raise their hand, what I'm doing is making sure they are in the story, they are paying attention, which is something that is very effective when you're dealing with audiences. But let me continue.
I was terrified. I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know if I could do this. Oh my goodness, I don't know." So that's the little voice in my mind. That's what it was saying to me. So I decided to take on this challenge, right? I was very enthusiastic about it. So I said, "Ma'am, I can help you." So we started the next week. Now, when somebody has going through cancer and they have chemo in their body, chemo is like poison in the body. It's like somebody put 1,000 snakes by their leg and let them bite them, and it's going through their body and their veins. So what happens?
Right there, can you see how I took something like chemo, which is, that can be complex for a lot of people, especially young people, but I gave a description of what chemo will be like. It's like 1,000 snakes biting a person and it's poison going through their veins. And that's another way I'm building curiosity because they're wondering, okay, this person is very sick. What is going to happen? So I'm slowly building up to this visual aid.
The person become very weak. They become very tired. Part of my job, what I had to do is get her to exercise so she can sweat this chemo out of her system, right? So I decided to have her do some jumping jacks. Y'all know I do jumping jacks? Okay, I'm standing on the right side. She's standing on the left. So we get in this exercise clinic, right? I'm saying, okay, Leslie, we're going to do jumping jacks. So I started doing my jumping jacks, right? I was doing my jumping jacks. I was like, come on, Leslie, do it with me. She was like, I can't, Gene. I'm too tired. I can't do it. I was like, come on, Leslie. Come on, what's your son's name? What's your son's name? She says, my son's name is Victor. I was like, wow, Victor. That's my middle name. I was like, what does Victor mean? Why did you call your son Victor? I called him Victor, Gene, because it means victorious conqueror.
Now, right there, I'm giving a clue on what this visual aid may be. Nobody knows what it is yet, not even you. But continue watching so you can find out what it is I'm going to reveal.
Say, Leslie, why don't you become the victorious conqueror for your son? Why don't you do these jumping jacks with me so you can be there for him? So we started doing the jumping jacks. I was going. And every month after month, she was going a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more because she wanted to be there for her Victor. She could barely get up. But month after month, she was able to do those jumping jacks. And then one day, she walked into the exercise clinic. I was sitting in there by myself. She said, Gene, I have some news for you. Today is my last day in the exercise clinic. I'm moving to Puerto Rico because I can go probably get some better health care there. And I was devastated because I've worked with this lady month after month. And now I'm thinking to myself, is she dying? Because when you have cancer patients, you don't know if the day you see them may be the last day you ever see them. A month went by. 6 months went by. A year went by.
You see how I'm building the curiosity? You're wondering right now, okay, what in the world happened? And that's what these students are thinking. That's why I have their attention so well.
3 years went by. 4 years, 5 years. I have no idea what happened to Leslie, so I'm concerned because I'm like, wow, what if I fail? Miss Leslie, her son will grow up without a mother. I was sitting in my room one day and I was on Facebook. I know everybody in here know how to use Facebook. I can see it on y'all faces. I was on Facebook and I get this email in my inbox and it says, Leslie. She sends me a message, she says, Gene.
Now, this is where I'm going to reveal the visual aid, and you will be able to see how I'm actually tying a story to a visual aid. Check this out.
I just wanted to let you know I'm doing very well in Puerto Rico. And also, I want to let you know that I wrote a book. I wrote a book so I can inspire other cancer patients. And I also want you to know something, Gene. I wrote about you in my book.
Wait, really?
This is Leslie.
Victorious.
Victorious.
Wow.
Because I was willing to use my gifts, my skills, and my talents to be a hero in somebody else's life. Now she's using her gifts, her skills, and her talents to be a hero in so many other people's lives.
Now, right there, you can see how I use curiosity to build up and tie that book, the visual aid, to the story itself. But you also notice that I'm also keeping everything in alignment with the principle of the story. Use your gifts, skills, and talents to be a hero in somebody's life, and they will use their gifts, skills, and talents to be a hero in somebody else's life. So it all came together perfectly. Let me continue.
So my question to you.
Now I'm going to tie it back to the audience.
What will you use your gifts, your skills, and your talents for? I notice you're a very charismatic speaker. You have a natural gift for speaking. I see that in you. And I see a lot of those skills in a lot of you in here. You want to go into the healthcare field, Neil. That's an opportunity for you to inspire people. You want to do things with your life, your life, your life. The question you have to ask yourself, are you going to use your life, your gifts, your skills, and your talents to inspire other people? Because you never know. Somebody may write a book, somebody may write a card, or they may even do a movie. And because you was willing to be a hero in their life, they'll be inspired to be a hero in other people's lives.
All right, so that is how you tie a story to a visual aid. See, what I like to do with visual aids is I don't just like to go up there and present them, because to me that's boring. Now, I feel that if you can take a story that is in alignment with that visual aid and start to build curiosity within your story that leads up to that visual aid, it makes it so much more powerful. But not only that, you also have your principle in place that you can also build around that visual aid as well. So today, that's what we focus on. I just want to go through that. I just want to show briefly how you can start to build the curiosity in your story in order to tie it to a visual aid and make sure it also stays in alignment with the principle in the story. I hope you got a lot of value from this video. If you're somebody, you want to work with me one-on-one in your storytelling skills, whether you're trying to become a better storyteller for speaking on stage, doing video, in your business marketing, in your writing, whatever it is, I would love to work with you. So you can send me an email at gene@genemosley.com, or you can go to my website at worthytobegreat.com. Send me an email. We can have a discussion. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this inGENEious storytelling breakdown. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. And other than that, always remember your word to be great and keep on working on your storytelling skills.